Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. So I'm going to share with you how I get beach waves using the BeachWaver Curling Iron. Here's the BeachWaver. It's an automatic curling iron and it curls with two little arrows and it does the work for you. It's really awesome and you get these gorgeous waves like this, and I'm totally in love with the results. So I'm going to show you, I have tips, tricks, things to do, things not to do, how to like make your hair come out like this, because you have to put a little bit of work into it. So make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on my videos, and let's get on into how I get these beach waves. So I'm going to show you how this works. So there's like only one button on here. There's one on and off button. There's a low, a medium, and a high. So I have found that I like the medium setting the best. I feel like the high is just a little bit too hot. And then there's also the rotator button. So there's this way and then there's this way. So that is the way that it's going to curl your hair out or in. And I'm going to show you guys. It can be a little bit challenging at first figuring out what direction you're supposed to go in, but I'm going to show you. Is the print on mine. I absolutely love it. It's like the retro 80s style print. I'm going to pick up a hair section about like an inch, and I have very long hair, so my entire hair is not going to fit around this whole barrel, so I really have to leave out the ends of my hair. But also that's a part of this look, is leaving out the ends, because it gives a beachier look to your hair. So what I'm going to do, and it takes you a second to figure this out when you get this, all you do is you have to figure out what way you want the curl to go. So it's easier if you kind of look at the iron and see which way it's going. So I'm gonna pick the left one because it's going out. If I pick this one, it's going in. So I'm just gonna put the clamp on the ends of my hair, leaving out a pretty sizable chunk, and then I'm gonna press the button in, and you see it's just gonna rotate up my hair like that. And I'm just going to leave it there for about 5 seconds. You don't need to leave it on too long because it is really hot. And there have been times where I'm rotating and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going up too high. I'm going to like burn my head. And then you can always just release it with the arrow. So just let it sit there. And then what I do is I rotate it out like this manually. And here you will have your cute curl. And by the way, you guys, my hair is going to look crazy when I'm done curling it, because we're going to look like Shirley Temple. Do not be alarmed, because we're going to fix that. You want to make sure you're curling away from your face. If you curl in, it's not going to look right. The clip is facing outwards. Leave out a chunk of hair. And we're going to curl, and you're not going to get that icky crimp at the bottom of your hair by doing it this way, because it's curling the correct way. You can actually see on your hair when it's gonna make that really ugly. When I was first doing this, I made that mistake, and I could actually see where the crimp was forming, because you could see it, like it's not curling in properly. I have another little curl. Now, I personally would probably prefer to have the one that's a little bit bigger. It's a 1.5 inches, so I want to get that one next. This is the 1 inch. My sister got this for me for my birthday, and there was like a few that were on sale. The size that she got me, which is totally fine, but I feel like if you want even like beachier wave, the 1.5 would probably be best. One of my lights over here just turned off. I have to plug it in. But I want to show you this side, because this is where it can be confusing when you switch sides. Okay, so then for this side, I'm going to make the clamp face towards my face, clamp it on, and then I'm going to rotate this way. On this side, it can get a little tricky because sometimes you'd be like, oh shoot, I didn't clamp it properly. I'll show you guys what that looks like. You can brush every piece if you want to. I don't do that. I just go with how my hair naturally is. This is my natural wavy hair. So I'll show you guys. You kind of just have to do the opposite of what you were doing on this side. So if I were to put the clamp out like this, it doesn't look right. I'm gonna get that really ugly crimp. It's not going in the right direction. You could literally see a crimp forming. So that's why you can see it in my hair right here, how it left that crimp. We don't want that. So you wanna, it will look right to you when you're doing it. We're not gonna get that ugly crimp because we're faced the right way. Whoop. I sometimes confuse which way the arrows go. And I'm not going all the way up to the root because I don't want to have like this very curly root. That's also another mistake people make, is going up way too high. So make sure you're leaving room up here. So now that you have really the basics down of what to do and what not to do and how to rotate, I'm going to speed up the rest of my hair because if you guys are just sitting here watching, you're going to be very bored. So I'm going to just finish up the rest of these curls and then I will show you guys what it looks like to do it on the top part of the hair. Your hair, it's gonna look a little crazy. You're gonna have these like ringlet curls, but don't worry, we will fix this at the end. But before I move on to the top part, I want to share with you guys what I do next. I take a straightener. This is my little baby one from Eva NYC. It's just the easiest one to work with because it's right here by my desk. So all I do is I take the hair and I just straighten the end like that. And for me, it's easier to take like each chunk and just straighten it. Once you're done straightening it, it's going to have to stand up so you can see. It's gonna look like this. All right. I really like this hair product because it's a hairspray too, so it makes your hair hold really nicely. Okay, same thing. I look crazy right now. Same thing. I'm gonna start, doesn't matter where you start really, but I'll start at the front. Pick up that front chunk, clip facing out, leave out chunk of hair, and then curl up. And again, I'm not gonna go all the way up because especially in the front, I really don't wanna have like a super curled front piece. I want it to be more relaxed. And release. Again, not going up all the way, leaving out a chunk on top and on the bottom. Release. I'm going to show you guys this side, which is literally doing the same thing, taking that chunk, clip facing towards me, leave out a piece. Whoops, see, that's the wrong way. That's how you get a crimp. Curl outwards. At least you saw what not to do. And then leaving out a decent amount because again, I don't want to have a wave here. Sometimes I'll actually go in and like straighten this front piece so it's not like waved. So easy to use. It's basically like, you don't know how to curl your hair with a regular curling iron. Once you get this, it just changes everything because you don't have to manually do it. You don't have to worry, like it just literally does it for you. It's amazing. I'm like so impressed by this tool, and I think it's just one of the coolest inventions ever. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like after I curled my entire head. I did go ahead and straighten a little on top. I also straightened the ends. You can see here, very curled because it's just literally that 1-inch barrel. So what we need to do now is make it a little more relaxed. So this is where the magic happens and we brush through. So I'm gonna grab my brush and show you guys how this looks before and after. Just using my Tech brush, which is one of my favorite brushes. I got this at TJ Maxx. It's like a wooden brush that's made in Italy, and I like that it's just very gentle on the hair. Okay, so then you're gonna brush through, and it's going to at first look a little frizzy, but do not worry. Like right here, you can see it gets a little frizzy, but just gently brush through and you will start to see like the pretty, you guys see that, the pretty beach waves forming. I used to always be afraid to brush through my curls. I was like, oh, I'm gonna ruin them, but I'm like, no. Now I'm like, this is how you get the pretty waves, when you brush through them. You can kind of, you know, twirl it with your finger, mess with it. You can brush through also after with your fingers. A while to curl my whole head because I have thick hair and I have a lot of hair. So now that we brush through, you can also shake it out with your fingers. What I'm going to do is take my Olaplex number 7 oil, rub that in my hands, and then I'm going to run this through my whole head. And I feel like this helps a lot with the frizz from after you brush it out. And I also like to take it on my ends and just kind of go like this to really make my camera is a really tight lens, so it's hard to like see the full length of my hair. But look at this, you guys. Looks so good. All fluffed out. You might get a couple ringlets form, so just kind of separate them with your fingers if you see that, so it's not ringlet. We don't want any ringlets here. Like, see, I have one here, so I'm just gonna separate that with my fingers. All right, guys, here is the final result of using the BeachWaver. So it does take some time. You do have to kind of work with it. If you do, you get such pretty waves. I'm like so obsessed with these. They're so fun. You can wear them all year round. It's not just like a summer thing. I love how just like casual and relaxed these waves are, and you will get so many compliments from people asking like, how did you do your hair? So I will link the BeachWaver for you guys down below. They usually have a sale, so if they do have a sale, I will try and find a code for you guys so you can get one at a good price, because retail price, they are expensive. Well, it's not like Dyson Airwrap, but like, you know, they're retail price over $100, but my sister I think got it on a really good sale. Definitely one of my new favorite hair tools, and I just love the results that it gives. Definitely takes time, but you get amazing hair from it. So super happy with this. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you found it helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.